Hey everyone, welcome to Shatter the Vein. I'm Brad Chmielewski. It's been a pretty fun, exciting week. We've been getting a lot of little tidbits, a lot of news about 1.17 that should be here. I think that first week of May or that last week of April. I know we have PAX coming up on the 22nd through the 24th where they will be showing off 1.17. So if you're going to PAX, you'll be able to play it. You'll be able to play that public queue battle royale. You'll be able to play probably the new hero. If it's going to be Lance or somebody else, we don't know for sure yet. But we'll have to see. But we go all over all that in this episode, some of the news that they shared on the dev stream and what maybe you missed. And joining me on this episode, I have SixesNSevens, not 616, SixesNSevens. He was the leader of Wicket. He was part of Wicket when I was there before I moved on to Gangstars, and then most recently Noble Gaming came in and scooped them up. They acquired them. We talk about how that went and what's planned, and Xenotech's got his team now. He's with Noble eSports as well. So very fun to see these guys coming into the scene, chatting, getting behind Vainglory, and the community just keeps growing and more organizations are coming in, and that's great for the game, and great for the podcast too. More people playing and wanting to know about Vainglory means more people listening. That sounds great to me. And so if you're new to the podcast, I want to welcome everyone. If you've been listening or watching for a while, because there's the video version on YouTube, thank you everyone for the support. It's been fantastic, and we're coming up on episode 100 here soon, so hope to do something special. Maybe we'll do some giveaways. Something like that would be pretty neat. But thank you everyone. I may be moving the Patreon to supportedly, so I'll probably be tweeting that out and sharing some information on that. But thanks for everyone that's been supporting me there, and we'll be doing some new stuff if we move it as well, so get ready for that. But it should be a great episode. We also talk about some heroes that you probably should learn, especially as a new player. We recommend 3 heroes that those are the ones that we think. I think we each pick 3 different ones, but these are some of the heroes that you should probably pick up and learn right now if you're just getting into the game or if you're looking to learn a new role even. So that's towards the end of the episode, but let's do it. Let's jump into episode 92. This is the 92nd episode of Shatter the Vein. My name is Brad Chmielewski, and this is a podcast all about Vainglory. Every week, try to break down the news, gameplay, game tips, and hopefully we can all become better players together. And this week, I'd like to welcome SixesNSevens on, as he's going by currently. Welcome.
Oh, hello. Thanks for having me today, Brad.
It's good to have you on. We've chatted and played together for a long time, but if people don't know you like I do, you want to take a moment and introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's see. I just kind of got in the Vainglory scene, I guess, right when Vainglory got announced with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus at the time.
Yeah.
And I was really excited because I had always, I only pretty much played StarCraft, and before that, and I never really played a MOBA, but I was really excited for it, and so I kind of got into it and soloed up to SA, and then at that point I applied to Shattered, which was a guild at the time, there on the forums, and then I got accepted, and things kind of started going south at Shattered, and we ended up kind of dissolving.
Okay.
And at that point, then I applied to Wicked, and luckily got accepted, and that's where I am pretty much. Still, we're going by a different name now, but.
Right. So we played together for a long time on Wicked. We've had a team going for a little while that we tried to make work.
We did our best. Yeah.
But recently, I think the big announcement here is Noble Gaming. I guess not. I don't want to say bought, but came and scooped up Wicked. That's probably the better way to say that.
Yeah, we got acquired. We were super excited about that. It's funny. We'd been talking about it for quite a while, actually. Probably over a month ago, we started kind of. They started kind of coming around and telling us that we were one of the guilds they were looking at, and
Oh, cool.
things just kind of developed from there. Eventually, they made an interest or an inquiry and said, like we have all these things available to us, and we're wondering if you kind of wanted to come on board, and we'd love to have you for like the community aspects. We know you guys are
Okay.
like a pretty dedicated community, and then I kind of told them that we had some competitive aspirations too, and they said, well, we'll try to help you with that. So I think
Okay.
it's mutually beneficial, definitely.
So we've seen like, Phoenix and other people like tried to build a new guild and organization that way. Like, why do you think they decided to just pick you guys up rather than just trying to start from scratch?
I'm not exactly sure. I think a lot of that had to do with Fall of Ferris because he's actually their Vainglory like manager. Like he's kind of on their yeah, like their higher up side of things. And so he
Okay.
he kind of came through, and I guess they kind of just wanted to, instead of starting from scratch, which can be a lot of work, to kind of
Sure.
get a big group of, let's say, 40 or 50 individuals that are really dedicated and non-toxic and are good people, and everyone likes to play with and stuff. So I think that they just kind of wanted to get a head start there, and so
Hmm.
that's kind of why they took interest in us, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about Noble beforehand. Had you heard of them before they came to you guys?
Not necessarily, but I mean, as soon as Fall Ferris kind of made it obvious that they were interested in us, I did check them out, and it seemed they got a lot of different competitive teams. They have like CS:GO, and I think they just picked up Rocket League, and they have, I
Okay.
think, part of this, or let's see, Heroes of the Storm, so in League, I think. So they have a lot of different ones there.
Nice. So what kind of, I guess, what kind of support are they offering you guys besides just the name, I guess?
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good question. So like right now, like they're definitely like helping with us get more visibility on Twitch because they were actually partnered with Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Before actually, Super Evil Megacorp announced their kind of deal. They're like multi year,
Yeah.
multi-dollar deal. But no, so they kind of came to us and said, if you have any streamers that we can really help them out as far as getting a partnership or things like that. And then of course they also told us that they were looking at picking up a Xenotech, and so at that point, we were very excited to hear that because he's just such a brand name in our community.
Yeah.
And they said he'd probably be willing to help you guys in your competitive aspirations too, kind of with through coaching and stuff like that. And so actually, I just talked to Xenotech yesterday on Twitter, and he was talking about after they finished their game today, that he would be willing to kind of sit down with us and kind of go through and maybe watch us play a couple games and give us any pointers or
Okay.
stuff like that. So that was really cool. And other than that, they really are just bringing like they're kind of just legitimizing everything. Before like this, we were just more of like a group of individuals, like I said, that I had gone through and started trying to find people that got along with everyone and just
Yeah.
had fun in the game. But now, like they're bringing in like Fall Ferris, and he's like attracting a lot of other. I mean, we got Slow Dead too, who's like pretty well known through the community and stuff. So
Hmm.
they're kind of they were like made it apparent they like wanted to start trying to do some like charity stuff. And so yeah, we're just and also if nothing else, it's really actually started to attract talent to us, which I mean, I didn't have a problem with because, like I had said earlier, we were mainly just like casual players, and there were some competitive players in it too, but
Right.
primarily casual. Now, since we've picked up Xenotech and stuff, and kind of made bigger appearance on Twitch and stuff, that a lot of people are kind of coming forward to us and saying, "Hey, what is this whole Noble thing about, and how do we become part of it?" And so
Right. Yeah.
it's
Xenotech does have a pretty passionate group of people that follow him. So you see
yeah.
in like Stay Noble hashtag and things like
Mhm.
that going.
Yeah, it was funny, yeah, because yesterday when we were watching his game on Twitch, like everyone was so hyped in chat all of a sudden. Like there was just like everyone was spamming all of his like emotes or whatever, going crazy. So that was really fun to watch and kind of become a part of.
Uh-huh.
when he came on board. So that was really cool.
So the Xenotech deal was or thing was like a separate thing. Like you didn't
Yeah,
even know that was happening.
well, they had told us, that they were considering, or he was kind of considering maybe coming aboard, and so I mean, we would have, we probably would have gone either way. With Noble, it wouldn't have mattered. But just if it just added an extra bonus that he came on board with us. But yeah, they were like a very similar, or like temporally very similar acquisitions, and like that they had picked us up, and then they announced that they had Xenotech had come to Noble as well, like the same day and everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
kind of all happened at once there. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Did you so when I left Wicked the beginning
Hmm.
of what a winter season there, so
Oh
it was a
yeah.
little while ago,
Yeah.
uh, and you were kind of almost like thrust into this position of like leading this
Sure.
and keeping it
Sure.
going. Have you thought of yourself as a guild leader prior to that, or ever even thought like, okay, I'm gonna like man this organization of a lot of kids? Like most of the people are usually under 20 that play
Hmm.
the game.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Well, yeah, that was a difficult transitionary period, and like I've always been like the type of person where like I enjoy leadership positions, but I'm not like gonna go, like go out and like demand like or like whatever you like really actively seek them out. But if I like happen to come across one, I like will gladly take it up. So I mean, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because obviously like playing with you and everything is like we have a lot of the same interests, and it's always
Mhm.
fun to hop in your stream or whatever when you're playing and play a couple games with you. But so it was difficult right off the bat. And then when you left, like I'd written a letter to the community saying like how I had considered leaving actually Wicked too, even though like I had picked up. And then
Yeah.
the beginning of winter season, yeah, we were really hurting for players. We had like 8 to 10 players, and then kind of from there, I just kind of stepped back and was like, all right, so this is some of the problems we had encountered in the past, and things that we try to avoid, and all of that. And so,
Right.
yeah, we rebuilt all through the winter season, and I was really happy with it. And we were gonna, we were doing great regardless of the Noble thing, but then they kind of came through, and so that really happened really quickly. Kind of, I don't know, it's like I don't want to call it rags to riches, but it was very interesting because it kind of changed overnight all of a sudden.
Right. Yeah. Was most of the people inside the guild like down for it, or were they kind of
Cool.
like, did
Well, so
anyone
man,
bounce when it happened?
well, I don't know. We tried to, we tried to, I mean, if I'd say we retained, 90, 95% of everyone in it, but I won't sugarcoat and say that, people weren't freaked out when we finally kind of came forward, because I had told council and stuff that,
Yeah.
we were getting looked at and everything. And so they knew, but then like the larger guild, so it was like, 35 plus members, it was like an overnight thing. And they were like, oh, these high, these like, businessmen are going to come in and ruin everything that we've like worked so hard to achieve. And I said, no, 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 that's not what's happening. They just want to help us.
Yeah.
And so finally, I think I've kind of quelled all of the anxiety over this entire transition. But like for a week there, it was just like the sky was falling every single day.
Right. Yeah, I could see a lot of people being worried that, they're going to tell us what to do and what we have to
Sure.
play and all that kind of
And
stuff.
so, I mean, that wasn't it at all, because like I still, I lead our day-to-day activities, and I have help now from Ferris and in Slow Dead and the rest of council too. But we
Hmm.
we all work together and we get along great. And yeah, it's been nothing but good for us. I mean, really, I can't think of like a single negative thing that has come about it so far. So
Very cool.
it's been exciting.
Yeah, so you mentioned Ferris and Slow Dad. Who else is running, I guess, the guild at the moment with you?
Yeah, yeah. So we just have we have some people that had helped me lead it from the beginning of the winter season. So that we have like we had like Lance and Offline PK. We had Spirit Lifter, Victorious, and oh man, who am I missing? I know I'm missing someone. They'll come to me, but yeah. So just a couple, people that kind of go above and beyond, like just getting in game to play at night or whatever. They're in line throughout the day,
Yeah.
just kind of having fun and all that. And so I said, hey, like, oh, King Cheese, of course. Um, I should have said, I think that you guys are pretty dedicated and want to help us out, and that I think that you would be a great addition to our team, of leading all the rest of everyone. So
Yeah.
they kind of came forward, and they stepped up in a big way and totally helped me turn around the guild, which was nice.
No, I think it's a pretty awesome story, and we're seeing a lot of these, like, I guess, bigger organizations come in and start
Yeah.
teams and kind of want to support the community now and build the game up, especially now that Twitch is involved with Super Evil even
Yeah.
more.
Definitely, that I didn't think about that, but you're right. It seems like, every couple days now, some like major organization saying, like we have some big news to announce and all this stuff, and so it is really exciting. I think it's a really cool time. This
Mhm.
crux of where like mobile gaming is on the rise, and then MOBA is on Twitch. I remember you posted something on Twitter the other day showing like the following of esports on Twitter
Right,
and
yeah.
stuff, and how MOBAs are really on the up and up, and so it's a cool time. And I think I'm really excited. And then of course all these multi-platform esports organizations getting involved now.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
No, that's awesome. I think we're only gonna see more of it. I was kind of surprised we didn't see another big team pick up somebody beginning of spring season here, but I'm
Right?
sure
Right?
they're watching to kind of
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, I know I'd heard from someone that like yeah, Cloud9 was like scouting talent at the
Hmm.
last like winter finals or whatever. So that, I mean they're like, when I think of like esports organizations just from other games, I think Cloud9 like right off the bat.
Yeah.
So that would be cool if they kind of like stepped in eventually.
Well, yeah,
That'd be exciting.
they have a practice space in the Red Bull studios. So like Sneaky and Lemonation and High were all like, "Hey,
Uh,
what's going on here? What's this game?" And so it's pretty cool. And the
I
other
gotcha.
people that I don't know who they are. I know the players, but I don't know who's in charge of their organization. I'm sure they were in the audience watching as well.
Right, right. And you went there, right? You were there for that whole event, right? And doing kind of just interviews and
Yeah,
talking to players and
I
stuff.
was helping God's Eye and Wolf fans with social media stuff and doing interviews
Cool.
and things like that. So it
Cool.
was a neat experience to be, within the community there at a big
Yeah.
event like that.
Sounds super fun. I'm jealous. Hopefully, when I get done with all my studies and stuff, I'll make it out to one of those events here and kind of, meet everyone. I mean, we haven't even met in person yet, so that'd be
Right.
cool. Nothing else. But yeah, no, it'd be fun to go out there and attend one of those events, definitely.
Oh, awesome. Great story. I know there's a couple other articles that people have posted interviews with you that I'd recommend if anyone has any other questions to go, read those as well. Very cool.
Definitely.
But how about we jump into the news? There's been some fun stuff this last
Do it.
week.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So first in the news on the Friday dev stream, I always love when they give us teasers and little tips or tidbits of what's to come because it
Mhm.
makes me doing the podcast a lot easier than having to be like, I don't know what's happening. There's something.
Makes sense.
So we got some info on one of the next heroes. They didn't say that he would be the next hero, but they said he will be coming in a future update here, and that's Lance, the next Rome, one of the next Rome heroes. It's what Lance and I'm blanking on her
Oh
name.
gosh. Oh man, I can't remember. Oh, I could look it up real quick on Twitter. Oh man, I can't remember either.
Uh,
The
but
what were we gonna say?
they added some, I guess, fun little things to say about her or him. Sorry.
Hmm.
So you'll be able to build CP with this Rome hero, and it
Hmm.
will be just as strong as building all your Rome items. So it's like a similar path that somehow maybe the CP items translate maybe kind of like
Hmm.
Arden's health gives a
Oh, okay.
benefit to
Uh-huh.
like his
Uh-huh.
shields and things like that. So maybe we see
Cool.
something with CP doing that as well. And they
I
all
had a question for you on that. As far as like, 'cause they keep calling him like a sword and board hero, I think. Is that what they're deeming him or something like that?
a
And I didn't really.
sword and board hero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like how they'd use to describe it. And I was just curious if that was like a league term or something, because I hadn't ever seen that before. I was kind of interested in what that might have meant.
Yeah, I don't know
But
that. I don't know that term.
okay, okay. Anyway,
Interesting.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they also said he will have the longest melee range in the
Ooh,
game, and he'll be able to hit multiple enemies with it.
wow.
So I think in Twitch chat, Denominate mentioned like Glaive has the longest current melee range, and
Hmm.
Vox has the shortest range. And
Hmm.
what Glaive is at like
Oh,
between
super long.
almost 3, and Vox's is like on the low end, like about 4. So
Hmm.
somewhere in between 3 and 4 is going to be
Oh my God.
Lance's
Oh my gosh.
melee range, which seems really long.
Hmm.
And and it can hit multiple enemies. So he's going to have some sort of attack, just a basic attack that can hit
Hmm.
multiple people.
Sounds exciting. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I know one of our guild members name his IGN is Lance, so we keep kidding him that that's going to be his new main, and he doesn't support, but he said,
Okay.
I'll just build him carry and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
So he goes about that. But yeah, I'm very excited to see that because I it's kind of funny though because this patch has been really it seems like all of the the lesser played support heroes have kind of come out of the woodwork all of a sudden. With of course Fortress is very strong, but especially Finn, I guess in particular, is kind of becoming more viable. We've been seeing a lot of competitive matches and stuff, but it's cool that they're going to kind of add to their Rome repertoire there
Yeah.
with some other heroes there.
Which I think is needed because it's been, Arden and Catherine for so
Hmm.
long, and Finn on the outline that's finally getting
Hmm.
his like shine this patch. But yeah.
Right. And especially because like Sky has been so viable, which is awesome. I love Sky's mechanics. She's so fun to play. But like if they pick, they pick this Sky Arden and then like before Fortress is really that viable, you're like, oh, okay, well I get pigeonholed into Catherine and
Oh
now
yeah.
she's gonna eat me alive, sort of. So yeah, it's more fun. It's gonna be more fun drafting and all that against all the different heroes and stuff, definitely.
So they gave us a couple little bits like that, and they said he may not be coming. They can't guarantee he'll be in the next patch, but I think he'll be in 1.17. Like they gave us stuff about him. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything about anybody else.
Hmm.
So when 1.17 is not that far away. So
Right, right, yeah. And so are they gonna, do you know what the deal with the Fortress skins are? Are they gonna release just one of those with 117 or how is that gonna work? Because they were
the
saying something
yeah, so all
about like,
three Fortress skins should be available this patch. So I bet
okay, okay.
end of next week we'll probably see the Fortress Tier 3 become
Oh,
available for
cool.
everybody.
Nice.
Did
That'll be
you already
exciting.
pick those up?
Ah, no, I'm still working on Arden tier two, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
way far behind. And well, it's hard though because like I was trying to pick him up with Glory or whatever, and like they released like Catherine Arden. I've had Catherine like for so long now, and
Yeah.
so I don't really want to like pick up that Glory box because just have to break it on those cards anyways. But it'll happen eventually one of these days.
Yeah, I don't have any of the Fortress skins yet, except for the reindeer one. I got that one, but
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
I don't have any of the new
I
ones.
will say that I love Fortress like really synergizes well with Ringo, and I have Ringo tier three, so it's kind of cool. Like they really match kind of really well with like Ringo's arm looks always like fiery, and
Fire,
then
okay.
like yeah, and then Fortress like the splash art, he's like looks so cool too. So I really liked
That
it.
makes
I don't
sense.
know. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Let's go. And then also on the dev stream, they mentioned Battle Royale, the new
Hmm.
game mode that's been only in privates, is going to be a queuable option
Oh,
in
that's amazing.
1.17, and I think they love this. I think people have been loving Battle Royale. I get asked all the time when I'm jumping in, when I turn on the device. It's like Battle Royale. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, I gotta rank. Like this is
Yeah,
gonna come
yeah.
to an end soon. I gotta make sure I
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
first.
I've encountered the same thing. Yeah, especially when it first dropped, it was just like, be like 10 invites to parties, like Battle Royale, Battle Royale. But it is so fun. And I can't wait for like the first kind of fun, like competition event where like, I guess, since it is randomly hero, like you get a random hero, it'd be cool to have like best of five, like Battle Royale or something like
Yeah.
3v3. Like, it'd be really cool to kind of even out if you get like some crazy comp all of a sudden. It'd be really fun to see some just what people do with that or
Yeah,
something
some
like
sort of fun tournament because it's
yeah,
not to say
exactly,
it doesn't take skill because
right.
you do need skill to play the characters and know everybody, but it's a different kind of skill.
Exactly. I think that would be super fun. I can't wait for someone to try something like that.
So they didn't say if like right now if you're gonna get glory or fame or your count as your third wins. They're gonna have to figure that out so it's not an easy way to game the system where you get
Sure, sure.
just as much reward for battle royale as you do a
Right.
normal game, but they don't want to make it feel like you get nothing as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah, that's a fine line I could see, especially like guild activity and stuff and all that. I mean, it'd be way easier to keep it up, but then like people would hit level 99 way easier. So there's a lot of implications there all of a sudden
Yeah.
that probably people don't quite consider like the full ramifications of making a cat or a queue or whatever for it. But
I guess I'm surprised that they moved. I'm surprised and not surprised they moved so quickly on this. I know people liked it, so they were gonna
Hmm.
put it in fast.
Hmm.
But I think I'm surprised they didn't rebuild the map or design it differently. Besides just putting
Sure.
up the walls, like I'm
Right, right.
surprised it's not its own looking thing that looks very pretty like Super Evil does.
Right, right. Man, I love that spring map still though. It just I
Mm-hmm.
can't get over it. It looks so cool. I've really enjoyed that. But I know what you mean. Like it seems like they could have or they might still, who knows. But yeah.
Because we have
Um,
that platform we see like off in the distance when you look over where the double rainbow is now. There's like
hmm. Hmm.
the single lane platform that looks like
Ooh,
I'm surprised that's not our battle royale
I haven't seen
map.
that, I don't think. But
Yeah,
I'll have to check that out. Cool.
I'm saying. And then also in the news they talked about PAX East, and that's coming up here in I want to say like 2.5 weeks, something like that. Two
Yeah.
weeks.
Yep, yep. Hmm.
So Super Evil is going to be there again. They are, at PAXs and Twitch cons and all these events, like showing off the game.
Hmm.
But some fun stuff. 1.17 is going to be playable there.
Ooh. Oh, that's a nice kind of, I guess incentive to go. That's
Yeah.
that's really exciting.
So you'll be able to play Battle Royale. You'll be able to possibly see the new hero.
Ooh.
And everyone can sign up for a free hero skin at the booth. So that's pretty cool. They didn't say like
Oh my
what
gosh.
hero skin,
Sure, sure.
but maybe you get to pick, or maybe it's just a random
Hmm.
unlock.
Hmm.
But the bigger thing is 1.17 being playable there, which that's the end of them. It makes sense. We usually get patches the first week of the month, so the beginning of
Hmm.
May. So this should be like our final build in 2 weeks.
Exciting, exciting.
So,
The,
oh, good.
oh, I was just gonna say, along with the free skin thing, like I know it wasn't free, but I really kind of one thing I think it kind of got overlooked, and finally someone in the guild told me, just like the scarf skin or whatever, that
Yeah.
if you didn't have it yet, you could get it for like one rare card, like each one it took to unlock. I thought that was really nice of them to do,
Yeah.
because I didn't have the skin yet, and he's not necessarily a hero that I was like really chomping at the bit to get his skin, but like now that I have it, it's so cool. And I really have enjoyed playing Scarf since then. Actually, it's kind of funny how that works. Like it
Once you
doesn't
get the
add
skin.
anything. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And the other thing I had noticed that was kind of cool is just like the new lighting or whatever. I remember Playoff saying like like a patch ago or something how like the lighting was like different with each new map skin, and
Yeah.
this map skin in particular I've noticed like makes everything kind of like a golden hue to it, and
Hmm.
that's really kind of made everything seem really fresh and new. Also, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like this map just because it's very bright. Coming from the
Mhm.
winter skin, where you're like, this is really hard to see things, and now you're like, oh yeah, this is great.
Def- Definitely. And then like they did the fun thing with like the heal minions, I think, or what was it they gave them? Like they made them kind of look like Ents or whatever, sort of.
Hmm.
Or they gave them that skin. That was really fun too. Like that.
So if anyone's gonna be at PAX East, I won't be there, but be sure to check out their booth. This is April 22nd through the 24th. So yeah, I know this is out in Boston, so I'm sure the Chuck from the Fold's gonna be there, and a lot of other people from his guild and people he plays with, I'm sure, gonna be there. And I think even Kraken, who was on the last episode, mentioned like he's gonna be there for Boomtown Bandits, his board game. So he'll be there for the Vainglory and his board game, because PAX is a big board game thing as well. So,
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
Have you ever been to a PAX or?
No, I need to go. I need to go. I'm
Yeah.
kind of isolated up here in the Northwest, and so like, I definitely need to make one of them. I can't wait. To like I said, I'm kind of like focusing on studying and stuff right now, and so like leading the guild and studying and like trying to get my ELO up.
Yeah.
It's all it's definitely a juggling of demands, but no, I'm definitely when I get done with my studies and stuff, gonna try to make it out to some of these events. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, this is the one that I probably would have went for since it's in Boston. I'm close,
Right.
but
Sure.
need to convince the wife to somehow go with me and make it some other trip. Like,
That's important. That's
yeah,
important.
so that's cool. Uh, and then what else is happening in the news? We got VGL going on right now, even as we're recording this. It kicked off this weekend. I have to say it was nice not having or not watching these games, but I also kind of missed it at the same time.
Hmm.
We had
Hmm.
this 2 week break of no VGL happening. We had the Femme Fatale tournament. We had the Battle Royale tournament that Stream Me and Ferris and DZ were putting on. And so now VGL is back, and it's the round of 16 as we're recording this right now. I believe NA is happening. I saw a tweet that TSM was going up now.
Ooh.
How are you feeling about VGL this spring season, or this first qualifier? Have you been
Well,
watching any?
I kind of biased now because we have Zeno. So like
Okay.
we've just been, well, I've always liked him and always rooted for him, and I like all the teams. So you really can't lose. But so we've been really cheering him on in chat and everything. But I think it's gonna be good. I think it's really exciting. Like I was saying earlier, like this patch, it seems fairly balanced. And it's like especially with like all of the variety of different supports you can choose now, and like Fortress is so strong and like I fear we always ban him right away in ranked queue because
Yeah,
like
okay.
you just hate the bleed. Like if they engage on you with a war horn, like all of your health just simultaneously drop to like half. It's scary.
It's rough, yeah.
Um, but no, I definitely am excited for this VGL. I think that everyone's been practicing super hard, and so it's really going to kind of concrete, what a lot of people have already noticed that like this is a very competitive scene, and it's just going to add even more hype to the whole deal. And I can't believe it seems so competitive already, and it's only like the
Yeah.
first qualifier. So I can't wait to see the second qualifier, and of course the final matches are going to be so fun to watch.
Yeah, I think this morning SK Prometheus got knocked out by
Oh,
Lemon and Lime, like
mhm.
this new team. That's kind of
Yeah,
crazy to see that happen.
super crazy. And then
And
Mouse Esports won, right?
hmm
Mouse Sports, what
yeah,
is it?
and
Hmm.
it's a compressed season, so it's like happening even
Right.
faster. It's like, whoa, we're
True.
already at the round. What it would be the round of 8, right? Next
Yeah.
weekend, and then the
Yep.
top 4, and then the finals the following week. Is that how it's gonna go? I think.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, that is crazy. It's a whirlwind of of games there, but it is exciting. I think it actually probably will help kind of build interest because there won't be like such a big lag between all these different games. So kind of get people in, the feel of like can't waiting till the weekend to tune in and watch, their favorite pro players compete and all that stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah. And
it's kind
that
of exciting.
And then you're in the amateur series, right? That's also
Yeah.
happening kind of
Hmm.
alongside, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's happening. Yeah, it's happening. We just played our second game today, and yeah, we won. Like I had said earlier, and so it was. Yeah, it's fun. It's a little bit different format, but I think it's nice, kind of, because they're being super inclusive. So anyone that kind of wants to get the feel for get their feet wet and what this competitive scene is like.
Yeah.
Gets the opportunity, and so it isn't. It's like best of one, which is one thing, which is totally fine. But then they're doing just like a blind pick in one band. So
Okay.
it's not like the whole draft thing or anything. But there's still quite a bit of like of, like who you ban and like what you want to run, picking comfort picks and stuff. So
Okay.
it's been fun.
And did you
It's
do
exciting.
the amateur series last time or anything?
We actually no, we made
Oh, you're made.
we made like that because they have, and that's the other thing I think that's contributing to why this is so fun already is because they like instead of doing 64, they started like the round of 32,
Yeah.
and so they accepted half as many teams. So yeah, we didn't make the cut for like the pro series, which is fine because we haven't ever made it like really, we have to like step up our game, and like we're trying to get more games like together as a team and like get our the cohesion and everything. And like we face like when we rank Q, we face all like a lot of like three Vainglorious player teams and stuff that like compete in BGL. But we can't like win we do win sometimes, but not super consistently yet. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to get our confidence up, and it'll be like a gradual increase. And I guess the end of this bracket was definitely we're gonna have to sit down, hopefully with the help of Zeno, knock on wood, and kind of get his help to maybe a little bit of coaching to make it through. I'd love to take down the entire bracket. That would be super exciting. All that ice. There's so much ice too on the line. Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
what do you get in
It's
the?
like 1800 ice a player or
Okay.
something for the winning team. So it's like a decent chunk of ice right there.
That's pretty good. And
But
then are you guaranteed a spot, or you get to play your way into the second qualifier, right?
yes,
That's how
yes,
that
yeah.
works.
So, because yeah, when we were looking at it, we weren't sure how that worked, and we're like, oh, that's funny because there's already like you're starting out 32 teams. There's like no spot, and so yeah, so it'll be next qualifier that will, I guess, if you win the whole thing, yeah, then you have a like a spot or whatever in that. So that'll be cool if we get to make that. definitely you have to practice up before you
Right.
go against those really hard teams. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, the amateur series I think is a great way that just to make everyone, like you said, feel inclusive. That
Mhm.
this game isn't just like for these 100 top tier players. Like
Sure.
anyone has the opportunity to make it there. Like in
Yeah.
League of Legends, like you have to grind so hard as like a challenger team. You have to do an entire season and then
Mhm.
play. It's like, oh, maybe you just clicked this split or this qualifier and you made it through,
Definitely.
and now
Super
you're
exciting.
up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you could technically, if you grinded, if they do the same sort of format next season, if you grind like all through this season, like, and you make it to amateurs, take down amateurs, like you could hypothetically, go all the way to the live finals, which is, I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it. It's a long shot, but it's like a really exciting, it's still an exciting idea and like hypothetical situation that, and kind of fun that, they're not just saying, since you don't already haven't made a name for yourself, like you're already going to be banned from or barred from competing at the highest level. So
Hmm.
it is cool. They allowed for a little bit of upward mobility as far as people that really want to put their nose to the grindstone and try to compete with the best of them.
Right, and it helps in your benefit now, like being part of Noble. It's like, oh, you can
Yeah.
have two teams in VGL, so if you guys prove it, Noble and everyone may help you guys just be like, all right, we'll get you into the real series here this time.
Sure. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
That's
Yep, and that'll be nice to I think they like Ferris like was talking to a couple analysts and stuff that were interested in joining Noble too. So I mean, we'll like directly benefit if they come
hmm
on board too with it. If we ever do make it up to those higher uh, you know tiers of play where you kind of have to know all their comfort picks and know what their tendency is to like come up and gank in lane or like three-man invade the jungle or like lay lots of vision. There's all sort of man. It's so exciting because there's just so much like complexity already that there's a lot of room for analysis.
Right, yeah. It's really hard to follow, I think, the amateur series if you're not playing in it. I know the guys over at the main vein, they're in it, and on their podcast last season, they were doing kind
Mhm.
of a week by week. So I'm not sure if they're going to
Okay,
continue that as well. But yeah, I
cool.
think you just have to know it's happening because
Yep.
they're not getting streamed or anything like
Right, right. I
that.
think Battlefy has like, they have the brackets and stuff. So if you're really, really interested, then I'm sure you can get on there and kind of look at, who's making their way through the ranks and who maybe will clash heads there in the last couple rounds and stuff. But
hmm
it's been fun so far. I'm glad that we have the opportunity to do this still.
Cool. And yeah, and be sure to tune into the regular VGL that's happening, Saturdays and Sundays on Twitch at what /Vainglory League. So yeah, check
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
out.
Definitely.
I know. I'm sure we'll wrap up here, and there'll probably still be games going on. There's so many games.
Yeah. So jump in and can maybe catch the last one
uh,
or two.
and then the last bit of news, like to mention the free hero rotation. We got kind of a decent lineup this time. We got Cruel, Ringo, Arden, Adagio, Scarf, and Rona.
Ooh.
So you were talking about Scarf. Scarf seems to be like he's in the meta right now. He is
Yep.
like the go-to laner. Uh,
Hmm.
and so you're usually seeing him like you're almost better off just banning him because someone's gonna pick him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And especially I've noticed like the Scarf Glaive comp right now is like so scary because you get like afterburn back into his ult, and if let's say he has full stacks on Broken Myth, man, you're just by like later.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's been super fun, and some of those other you said Rona. That man, I need to start practicing up Rona because who pulled her out earlier today? Was it in the EU
Um,
VGL that someone played him, or I thought
maybe
I
I
saw
might have
something
missed
on
that.
Twitter. I thought I saw something on Twitter like someone picked him up, or maybe like Team Secret I think played a Rona
Okay.
earlier today. So yeah, it's super exciting to see those come through. I feel like this fortified health kind of how they've started introducing it has been really good for a lot of the heroes. Like I know when Scarf didn't have it on his ult, he was basically just sitting there channeling like for however long, and it
Yeah.
was the people just like dive in on him, and
And
then
just
he never gets off his
burst him
ult.
down. Yeah.
So I think that's been a super good change too, as far as like all of like the meta goes and stuff. I know Rona now has a little fortified health
hmm
too and stuff. So
And
yeah, it's been a good change.
even though Cruel's not as strong as he was in 1.15, I think he's still pretty good. And if you're a good
Oh yeah,
Cruel, I think you can still make him work this patch. And
absolutely.
uh, I know he gets banned out a lot in ranked games because people just they don't like to deal with him. I think not even that he's like the best. It's just like he's super hard just to deal with, especially if you're not a coordinated team that knows how to fight a cruel.
Yeah, I know the bleed helps a lot with him, but also like just if he snowballs at all, like uh-oh, you're in a world of hurt.
Right. It's like, are we? Can he make a mistake? No, he just 1v3'd us. Good
Yeah,
luck.
exactly. Exactly. Just got back all of his health and then like they're all dead.
But yeah, play some of those heroes. Yeah, Verona. I think if you can get good with her, she'll be good at some point, and she'll be
Mhm.
like the top pick. So you might as well just start practicing her now. That's what.
Right, right. And her, I bet her tier two skin will get dropped here in, the
Yeah, we might
semi
see
near
that. Yeah.
future. I love her skin, her first skin. I think I really like that concept, but I can't wait to see what they do with the tier two and tier three.
Yeah,
It's really exciting.
I could see them giving her like a summer seasonal skin. I think she could benefit.
That's
She's got
a good
like
point.
a furry winter look to her, but maybe she
It's
needs
true.
like a
It's true.
beachy summer vibe, vacation Rona or something.
There you go. There you go. Like that.
But that's it for the news that's happening right now. I think we're gonna get a lot more about Lance and what's going to be coming in 1.17. Oh, I forgot to mention they did say there's going to be new items coming in
What?
future updates. They said in the next few updates. So I think they may introduce items slowly rather than dumping a bunch on us. So that could happen too. That was the only bit
Exciting.
of that. So 1.17 may be a pretty interesting patch.
Cool.
But before we get out of here, I found a good topic on the forums. Let's jump into that. So on the forum, someone asked the topic, what's the most important heroes to learn? And I felt like this was a pretty decent one, especially now we're up to like about, 20 people in game. I should have added that up before I guessed on that, but I think it's about 20.
Sure.
So before, my reaction would always be like Kashka, Catherine, and Ringo. That's usually like a good, they're cheap, and you can pick them up.
Yep.
But right now we have such a wide, vast hero pool here that I think that's
Yeah.
changed quite a bit. I thought I'd get your thoughts and then maybe share my current ones that I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So I think probably like knowing a laner, a jungler, and a support. You need to know one, at least at the bare minimum one. I always say two in each
hmm
position, but one if you just starting out in the game, so you need to decide like I gotta learn a support, a roam, or a support, a jungler, and a laner. So, what are your thoughts currently? Or
So yeah, I totally agree with that. You have like it's always, and I would say, even like knowing just like having a weapon and a crystal,
right,
like laner and jungler, and even two because one gets banned and or even three if one gets banned and one gets picked, like worst case scenario sort of thing. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I think it's a great question too, and we've been talking a lot about that here at Noble in the past couple of days. And I think, as far as I can tell, and it's so fun to play, Sky seems just super important right now.
okay,
I mean, mechanics are super fun. She is just so strong, and like, yes, she has like a couple counters. I think like Taka counters her fairly well, but still, like a good Sky like is hardly counterable at all. I mean, she's just I don't know, yeah, and they introduce like the whole weapon mechanic now too, so you can go weapon or crystal. Although you normally see crystal,
mm,
but other than that, I for supports now, like Finn is crazy. Like whenever I get to support with him, like I swear it's all like you get almost just as many kills or whatever. Like with his A is just like
that
if you get like land one on the whole enemy team, like holy cow, it does so much damage. So as far as that goes, and then I think in the lane, like we had mentioned, Scarf is super important, but also Vox has always been
right.
fairly viable. So Vox is a good one to know, I think, as well.
Mhm.
What do you think? What do you think?
I do like your Sky suggestion here because I think you would learn a lot with Sky. You learn how to kite, you learn
hmm
skill shots, you
hmm
learn the movement of characters a lot. So Sky is
Yeah.
a good one to learn, but yeah, she's very complicated too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that took me like a month or so to figure out like how I could use her ult, but I finally got it down. And it's fairly intuitive,
Yeah.
but I think for like someone that has just come into the game and let's say they unlock Sky as like their first hero for 8,000 glory or whatever, like it's you have to sit down in a couple just like solo matches and kind of you like click like it was it like adjacent to them, and then there's like a perpendicular like line or whatever, and then all that, and
Yeah.
so then you have to like also judge like the time lapse. It's called wait for, or what? No, it's not wait for. What is it? Oh no, but there's like that.
For the ultimate.
Yeah, the old like it has like that. What is it? Half
Oh, the
second or
death from
point
above. Death
second?
from
Like
above. Yeah.
death from above. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But definitely, I didn't think about it like that, but definitely the skill shots and just being able to like the jukes that you can do
Right.
with
Yeah.
her are sometimes like so cool. Like it just you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know she could do that. And so yeah, it's pretty exciting,
But
definitely.
I think I would probably say for the jungle carry, maybe a glaive. I think
Oh,
glaive offers a
sick.
lot to learn from. One, he's tanky, so you can kind of be a little reckless and get away
Right,
with
there's room
it.
for error. Definitely room for error on
And
him.
you learn how to, I guess, help your team with your afterburn. You kind of just learn about movements and ganks really well. So I think glaive would be my jungle carry to say learn this dude.
That is a good point. I couldn't agree more, actually. It's a very good point. Yeah, definitely. And he's so strong, man. They really retuned him, and I think they did a great job. I'm so afraid of him right now.
Right.
He like as soon as you see him, if like you're laning, like I started to pick up lane, and you see him after burn in, you just like stick a fork in you, you're already done.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting out alive probably. No, I agree though. He's becoming very viable, and as far as like stutter stepping and his huge
Mhm.
cleave range, it's just yeah. I think that's a
Yeah.
good point.
And then I think Arden would probably be like the go-to support to learn. I know you're a big fan of Arden and you have been since his
Oh yeah.
release.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, same idea as Glaive. Like you can offer a lot to your team. You learn about teamwork really well with those two characters in the jungle, like saving people, ganking, just movement. And Arden can like
Definitely.
he can stand his own if like you get in trouble. You can be like
Right.
you can get away. You can get out of it. You can even duel 1 by 1 and sometimes win.
Definitely. I saw you in stream. What was it before yesterday's VGL matches? You like picked up like two kills or like a kill. It's like you were just like standing toe to toe with the carries. But I think another important point with Arden is that it kind of you have like you kind of have like as a support in general. I think it's really important to be able to like kind of shot call a little bit,
Yeah.
and so kind of recognizing scenarios where like you may even if you're voicing with your team, you might just ult in, and so you have to kind of have like the instinct. And so I think he give you really good instincts as far as like when to use your ult to really
Yeah.
turn the tide of your team fight for the win or whatever. And so I agree with you that that is a really important one, I think, to learn.
And then in lane, I'd go Scarf. I think
Hmm.
learning
Hmm.
skill shots, they will
Hmm.
only get more important as this game progresses and
Sure.
we get rid of or we see less clickable heroes like Ringo, where you just have to click on them to do damage.
Sure. Sure.
Heroes will get more and more complicated as we move forward. That's just the nature of MOBAs. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
the learning skill shots, just like you said, Sky. This
Hmm.
is the only skill shot you have on Scarf, and it does a lot of damage.
Hmm.
And you learn positioning very well because you
Hmm.
cannot be in that fight.
There's no escape,
Yeah,
really, is there?
it's either you're all in or you're dead. Yeah.
I saw Xeno's Tech do something so cool in the VGL match yesterday with Scarf, like the Fortress, like I had mentioned. I'm so scared of Fortress's ult, and they were playing, and they had it at Fortress on the enemy team, and so he'd thrown down the goop and didn't even light it on fire, but just to slow down the enemy team enough to like kill all the wolves. And so
Oh, okay.
there is that, but it's like kind of a defensive sort of thing. It's not like Vox, like you can zoom out of the way all of a sudden to avoid the afterburn or whatever. You're probably going to get afterburn to Scarf.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, those would be my three: the Glaive, Scarf, and Arden. Uh, but
Yeah,
I think everyone has their like favorite heroes. They like you gotta learn Taka. I love playing Taka.
definitely.
Yeah, but,
Well, that limited edition skin, oh my God, that's amazing. I love that.
so I'd recommend anyone like new to the game or trying to figure out like what heroes to master. Like go over to this forum post and either chime in or see what other people have to say about it. It's always interesting to see people's opinions on it, and it definitely changes from patch to patch too. Like we said, Kashka, she once was cheap and easy to play, and now she's not there at the moment. She will be again because Playoff Beard loves to play her, so they will not keep her down for long.
Definitely.
But I think that's gonna do it for episode 92. Thanks, man, for joining me. This was fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's so fun. So fun to see you and talk.
Yeah, where can people find you,
Yeah,
Noble, all that good stuff?
sure. So yeah, they can find us at noble.gg. Our Twitter account is at Noble Pro Gaming. Our Vainglory is at Noble Vainglory, and then my personal kind of guild leader account is at Sixes and Sevens.
Okay.
So
Are
yeah,
you gonna be changing that again? You've gone through
No,
many.
no, I think I'm gonna stick with it. And so I know you like had your like I just saw that too. Like you had like was it 2 things ago? You already like someone has like an IGN very similar to that. And but I thought I think I'm gonna stick with this one. I think that's the last
Okay.
time I'm gonna change.
Oh yeah, that's 617. He was on a couple episodes
Yes,
ago.
yes. Right.
Well, awesome. Be sure to follow you up, follow up Noble, see what they're doing, and definitely go support these guys because definitely gonna interested to see what Xenotech does with his team this time around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you want to follow the podcast on Twitter as well, at Shatter the Vein, and then website shatterthevein.com. All the episodes get linked there, links to iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, all the ways to watch or listen to the show are there. And I've been posting more videos on the YouTube channel. I've been posting the streams up there too, so if you miss them when I'm streaming, you can go back and watch them if you want. And then, I think I'll be moving the Patreon over to Supporterly here soon, so I'm trying to figure that out. I've been talking to those guys, so I'll be tweeting out more about that soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll keep my ears open for that.
But yeah, we should be back with episode 93 probably next week, and a lot more stuff, I'm sure, on PAX and Lance and all that stuff. So everyone, thanks for listening, and have a great week.